Welcome to our podcast, an interview between myself, Laura Obon, and Henrietta Carter. We are part of Taoi, an artist collective, and we are currently exhibiting our work in a virtual exhibition called New Beginnings. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hello, Laura.
How are you today?
Okay. Yeah, good. After all my events yesterday.
It was very good. I really enjoyed seeing your artist takeover on Instagram.
Yeah, it was fun actually.
It was very fun.
Sort of
yeah, that's good.
Looking back at your art. So
would you like to say a little bit about yourself, Henrietta?
Yeah, so I'm called Henrietta Lowe's Carter. I live in Farnham in Surrey. At the moment I'm a sort of oil painter, figurative oil painter, but the last sort of couple of years I've been experimenting with abstract, found objects, projection, and coming back to art sort of after having 3 children.
So you've been very busy, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you why do you think that you make art?
I think it's the best thing. It's the thing I'm best at. I think, I did a degree in it, and but what I didn't have then was the confidence to do it, and so now I really feel like I have to try and make it a career now. And it's a sort of passion. It's always been in my life, really.
Yeah, I almost feel the same as well. That that is something that that since I was little, I just love making things and like drawing and painting, sewing. So yeah, that's something I feel the same. That I always felt very comfortable doing art, and and that is why I decided to do fine art, because I thought I want to study something that that I can imagine doing all my life.
Wait.
So yeah.
Were your parents artistic?
No, not at all. No. My mom also, she doesn't like drawing, and she thinks that she's very bad at drawing. And no, but she always, like, from an early age, she always encouraged me to do the things that I liked doing. So yeah, but I'm from Tenerife, and from Spain, and I came to this country when I was 18. So and I studied fine art at Sheffield University, and then I moved to London, and I mean, now for quite a big number of years, I have been making collages, working with paper. Before I used to paint, but then I just moved and start, I would say, drawing with scissors, and making collages, which is what I love doing.
Did you see the Matisse show at Tate Modern?
Yes, I saw it.
That was very good.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, I really loved that. And I also like, I really like, I have even, like, say, a picture of a postcard actually of Matisse when he was very old, laying on his bed and just drawing with a pencil attached to a big long stick, and he was he carried on drawing and making his work, which is something that I found very fascinating. Yeah. So what do you like most about being an artist?
I think it's that you can express yourself, like you probably are. I'm sort of very shy as well. And it's like I couldn't ever say what I wanted to say, but I could say it in paint. Or actually, I'm just learning to do that, because before I was always doing landscapes, and so that didn't really say much to people in a way. But now I'm doing sort of figures. I feel like I am saying something to people. It's taken a long time to get there, like a lot of conversation with a friend saying that it's really time you showed your true feelings.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah, I think as well. Yeah, I feel a little bit like you as well, that sometimes through my art is this yeah, it's almost like I make as well something like very instinctive. And but I mean, with my work, I think I feel a little bit different, because with abstract is like, I mean, what I'm trying to say to people, or everyone will have a different perception of my work, so it's
Yes,
almost like
that
very open.
that's the one thing you can guarantee, that whatever you think about your work, someone's going to see it in a completely different way.
Oh yeah,
It's quite
absolutely.
interesting though.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, but I think that is also beautiful on
Yeah,
itself. Not that, yeah, the art offers the freedom, the things can be seen in many different points of view, and they're all okay.
yeah,
Yeah, for me as well. Now I feel that art is my salvation, especially now in the time that we live in.
mm,
In the times that we live in, where where is so much negativity around us. And I feel very lucky to, in a way, to have my art and to be able to go to the studio and, make collages or apply for exhibitions and just forget about everything
yes, we are
and be
lucky.
in my little world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. I feel that we're very lucky in that
Yeah, I
sense.
mean, I've
Yeah.
never had a year like it really. I've never made so much work. So it's really
Uh,
sort of focused
so,
me. I mean, since March, I've just been painting. I've done like 40 paintings and 40 pastels,
oh,
roughly.
fantastic.
I don't.
So do you have a studio or do you work from home?
I used to have a studio in Deptford, years for
Uh-huh.
about 15, 16 years, but um, now I've just taken over the conservatory here.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm wondering whether to have a studio in the garden or try and get
Oh,
one in London
fantastic.
eventually, because I miss the networking.
Yeah.
Although,
But I also find that sometimes, or at least in my studio, I mean, I wish I could work from home because I would be a lot warmer,
yeah,
because in my studio we don't have central heating.
yeah,
And and most of the time I don't see anyone.
mm,
So I think, sometimes it's depend on the studio, but I think most of the time artists, we are quite in a way isolated from each other.
yeah.
Don't you think?
Well, I definitely was, but since this
Yeah.
year, I've been making a point of talking to people on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I've just made tons and tons of friends.
Oh, that's very
And I've
good.
joined several groups. Like there's one called Connected Artists, which
Uh-huh.
teaches you about the business of art.
Yeah.
They're quite abstract, so they're not that many figurative people, so it doesn't help in that way really. But they tell you all about
Yeah.
how to create your website and
Oh, fantastic. I will have to take
how
notes of
to
that.
sell your work. You do have to pay a subscription, but it is good.
Uh-huh.
It's worth it. Um,
Yeah, it
and
sounds really good.
and I've got some American friends who started a Discord channel for
Mm-hmm.
artists. I mean, worked really well in the summer, and there are lots of people joined it, but it's have died down a little bit now. But it's still a good idea.
Yeah, I think so
You
as
could do it
well.
here actually. I could do it with local friends maybe. But, and then this,
The problem with me is finding the time as
yeah,
well,
that's the truth.
because I work full time, and
Yeah,
then, trying to go to the studio.
yeah,
So sometimes I don't have, I mean, I do use Instagram to, I know I follow a lot of artists and I really enjoy looking at their work.
no, it must be
But
hard.
yeah, I do find hard, like sometimes to get the time to do all these extra things.
Actually, I do.
But
There is an artist who's a teacher on Instagram I follow. Maybe
haha.
I'll send her link on to you as well.
Okay, yes, I would like
Might
that.
be interesting.
So how do you find what do you think is like being part of a collective, of the collective that we're part
Oh,
of?
it's really good actually. Yeah, really sort of lit up the whole year, didn't it? I think. Um,
Yeah, I've also found that. I mean, I'm not so much of a group person,
mm,
but I found very refreshing the experience of being part of a collective,
yeah,
as I feel it's pushing me to do things that I wouldn't do otherwise, like this podcast, for example.
yes,
So
yeah. This feels
yeah,
easier than I thought it would be actually as well.
yeah. So what are your biggest inspirations?
Um, I think it's just being able to sort of express myself, I think.
But do you find that, do you have any particular artist that you look at, or
it sort of changes with what's in the mood I'm in, but I always like Milton Avery, Matisse, Kathy Kollwitz, Diebenkorn, Manet, Bonnard. I mean, I look at contemporary people too, and I do like this sort of all just sort of goes in. But, I love sort of found objects and things. I think what else? I mean, actually, my photography inspires me. Like, I do photography as well, but I never really managed to match my photography with my art, and I always did them separately. But now I'm starting to take photographs to make better compositions for my paintings.
So do you use your photograph, do you paint what you see in your photographs? Do you use them as your starting point?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I'm like a rich, famous artist, I prefer to have a model, because I think I work better from a model. But at least I can sort of really compose it. But I can really take what I want. Although trying to get the camera to do what you want is quite difficult as well.
Yeah, I also find that as well, like taking photographs of my work, can be quite tricky. But I think photography as well, I also love like taking photographs of the things that, of inspiring things that I see on the street and, places that I visit. Yeah, absolutely. For me, it's like the artists who are really find inspiring are women like Carmen Herrera, Luis Bourgeois, women who worked all their lives, and women who, fought really hard, like to find a place in the art world, because it was so dominated by men. And I also like this idea of, like, with Carmen Herrera, of, that she was, that she got recognition really late in life, but she never stopped working and never stopped having that spark and determination. So, I find that very admirable.
Actually, when I was doing my abstract phase, I was talking to someone about Jackson Pollock, and then I said, I was thinking, where are all the women artists I want to look up to? So I actually went and had a look and found all these women abstract expressionists, like Lee Krasner and Helen Frankenthaler, and you've reminded me, I sort of love all those people as well. Joan Mitchell as well.
Yeah, but I think it's like, so, I mean, at least now also women have a lot. I think a lot of recognition in the art world, but before it was just, though they were probably doing incredible work, no one knew about it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I was trying to think about this morning. I think I want to do sort of bigger paintings, sort of more sort of worked out, just getting composition better, but maybe having it as part of a sort of room installation where the painting's at the end, and then maybe you're having to sort of wind round lots of stuff to get to the pictures, because that's a bit like what our house is like. And then maybe projection or something. But me and Adam were talking the other day, and I've got this real sort of idea that I'd love to start a artist residency one day, but it may not happen in 5 years. But I think eventually, I think it's just such a good idea where you can like really be there for a weekend or a month or something, and really bounce ideas off each other. And I think we might all need it after COVID and all that.
I know, I know. For me, it's more like I just want to continue making, collages and exploring my practice. But I also think like that life's beauty is that it can surprise you and take you into different paths, to have experiences that shape you and make you grow. So I think, I try to concentrate on the now and, and see where, where life takes me.
That's what's nice
But
about art, isn't it? That you don't really know where it's going to take you.
yeah,
And
but I think as well you have to kind of, make choices and work hard as well. And apply for it.
Definitely
You
work hard.
cannot wait for somebody to knock at your door and offer you things. Now that you
You know,
have to.
well, you know what I've done? I've actually found really good artists on Instagram, and have commented on his work for about 3 months or something, and then eventually said, he said, I think you're really determined about your work. So I kept asking him questions about what he said, and he's asked me to join one of his classes. So that's going to be really good. That's going to start in February. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah, you can make things for yourself. I'd never realised that before. I was just too shy to even think of that.
Yeah, but as well, I think because all these new, or at least for me, Instagram and the social media it's all new to me as well.
You would have had to you would have had to write a letter before, wouldn't you, to get that?
Exactly. Yeah. I remember when I went to when I was at primary school, we only had 4 computers for the whole school.
Yeah.
So, it's you have to kind of learn all these things, all these tricks of how to, post things on Instagram and how to network and I think it's almost like if artists we are expected to be photographers, writers, a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, actually, a lot of people I'm really divided. Some people tell me I must keep to the brand. I must just do the oil painting. And then other people, like Adam, say, you can do everything. Do the photography, do the projection. And I just get confused what I should be doing.
I think you should do what it feels right for you,
I think it's oil painting at the moment anyway, but I might do some of the projection later. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's, making things, I think you should do something that makes you excited and brings you, joy.
Yeah, if you don't enjoy it anymore, you shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Sometimes in the summer, I sort of go outside with a big canvas and paint in an abstract way. And that sort of frees me up again. Because if you're working very tightly for ages on a painting, or tightly for me anyway, you suddenly feel like you need to free up again.
Yes.
With a big slapping the paint on with some music.
So I mean, it's been very nice talking to you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it as well. It's been a new experience in making this podcast.
Yeah.
And it's been also very good finding out a little bit more about yourself and your practice.
Yes, and